8 or 24?
Number 8. 24 was more challenging.
It's Thursday, so that means 3 things. 1, it's a Throwback Thursday. 2, it's a Friday's Eve. And 3, it's Soundplay 24 podcast. How you guys doing? I'm your host, the product of poverty's environment, the Chuck Paul. Episode 294, Kevin Hart, off of that J. Cole K.O.D. album and the, I guess, music video short film, Kevin Hart. Dope video. 2018 details when he had that quote-unquote cheating scandal. And we got another Kevin Hart, I wouldn't say scandal, but just another Kevin Hart scenario where everyone expects Kevin Hart to be the bigger person when he's actually the smallest person. Pun intended. But I hope you guys enjoyed your week, and I hope you guys are ready for your weekend. We got the Roots picnic coming up. Shout out to everybody who will be in attendance for that. But let's get right into it. Kevin Hart stopped by the Breakfast Club to talk about his roast hosted by Shane Gillis that was on Netflix a few nights ago. Now, I didn't know what to expect until after I was hearing about all of the different things everybody's bitching about. You know what I'm saying? The George Floyd jokes. Didn't hear too much about the Charlie Kirk jokes. Cheryl Underwood getting snapped on crazy. But check out what Kevin Hart had to say.
Yeah, the George Floyd joke, it wasn't a tasteful joke to our culture, to our audience. But our audience that's watching the roast, if you're watching the roast, you get why they're doing it. You get why the racial humor is on the table. Like, it's not, I wasn't shocked. Like, that's what they do. Go look at the Tom Brady one. Like, that's what they do. It happens every year when they do a roast. It's not new. This isn't it's not a new agenda. It's not a new approach to comedy.
Do you feel like Tony Hinchcliffe went too far when he made that joke about George Floyd?
It's Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah.
Like, I don't expect less. I don't expect more.
I feel like you're saying going too far is the point. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Yes, I mean, that's why you're there. Mm-hmm. And I hate to say this, but I'm going to because we're being honest. People are talking about that joke. Talk about his set. Tony Hinchcliffe arguably had the best set, or one of the best sets, between Tony and Cheryl, and I would say Naeem had a really strong set.
Naeem had a very strong set. I was laughing out loud at Tony until that joke.
Until the joke.
But not even just that joke. I don't like when people joke about violent, tragic death. I like Pete's set, and then I was like, why you had to say about Charlie Kirk?
Pete had a great set too. Pete had a Charlie Kirk joke in it. Yeah. Like, would I tell those jokes? No. But do I get why they're being told? Mm-hmm. Yes. Like, I'm not looking at Pete crazy. I'm not looking at Tony crazy. Like, that's what I know what you're going to do. Mm-hmm. I know your style of comedy.
Did you see the interview that I did with Terrence Floyd, George Floyd's brother?
No.
So he said,
no shot to you.
No, okay. That's look.
I'm never watching it.
That's fine.
I just want to be clear. I'm never watching that.
And you know what? I agree with him. It was a roast, and it might not be your type of comedy. You know what I'm saying? Would he have made those jokes? Like he said, no. But what would you expect from someone like Tony Hinchcliffe? You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you something. The comedians that were there, hilarious. I found it funny. Shane Gillis was a dope host. Jeff Ross was funny. Cat was funny. The Rock was funny. Tom Brady was cool. Chelsea Handler was cool. Pete Davidson was okay. Cheryl Underwood was fucking hilarious. Tony Hinchcliffe, regardless of that one joke, you remove that one joke, you would have loved his set. You know what I'm saying? Now, they had some celebs that came through and did some roasting. For example, Regina. Well, Regina was pretty funny. She was speaking as if she was Kevin Hart's mom in heaven. They even talked about Kevin Hart's mom and dad. You know what I'm saying? But Draymond Green, mid. Serena Williams, Venus Williams, Tiana Taylor, Usher, Naeem, one of the Plastic Cup boys. He was funny as hell. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Like, it's funny. You don't even hear no one talking about all the jokes about Cheryl Underwood's late husband committing suicide. But we sitting here talking about the George Floyd joke. And let's not forget, like, Tony Hinchcliffe is the same one that made that joke on WWE's Monday Night Raw, saying the only thing stiffer than Michael Cole is Big E's neck. And if you watch wrestling, you know Big E suffered a neck injury, which forced him to retire. So yeah, he pushes the envelope, you know. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Also, Steven Jackson, of course, has something to say about, you know, the self-proclaimed brother of George Floyd. Just watch this 3-minute clip from an 8-minute video.
Nah, so I knew y'all was gonna come here because I know y'all wanted, you know, I'm gonna give it to y'all real. So Kev did reach out to me. I've been knowing Kev a long time, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've been knowing Kev a long time. And it kind of came off as he made it sound like I agreed with the bullshit of the roast. No, I did not. I didn't agree with the joke. When he called me, he was basically calling me out of respect as friends. And basically, I cut him off. I know what a roast is. I understand what a roast is. I watch him. I love him. I watch him. I love comedy. I love Kevin. I'm a fan of Kevin. That's my homeboy. I've been knowing him a long time. But the only thing I wanted to express to Kev was it's a lot of people like me that's under the old law that I would never laugh at no joke about dead people. Anytime somebody demeans the dead, it turns my stomach because it's the lowest thing you can do. When they made the jokes about his family, that shit wasn't funny to me either, because it shows that you're not as talented as you are when you got to pick on people that can't defend themselves, right? So for me, I just let him know that he just had to understand that ain't everybody flavor. Everybody don't laugh at that shit because some of us still have morals. I still say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. I still open doors for people. You know what I'm saying? I still respect my elders. So joking on anybody, Charlie Kirk, anybody. And Charlie Kirk talked about George Floyd. But I would never laugh at somebody talking about somebody that got killed or somebody that's not here, bro. So demeaning the dead at any point, at any time is never funny to me, regardless who it is. You know what I'm saying? And I had to let him know that. Am I mad at him? No, I ain't mad at him. He didn't say it. I sent a DM to the motherfucker who said it, directed dead at him. Kevin didn't say it. I understand business. I understand what he had going on. I didn't expect Kev to jump up there and say, no. I don't expect people to take up for me. You know what I'm saying? That's just not realistic. You got to be grown. You got to be realistic. I understand he was at a roast, so that wasn't Kevin's place to jump up there and say, no, you can't say that. They said all kind of shit, bro. But my hate is directed strictly at who said it. Kev, my boy, get your money, Kev. I'm glad you was number one, all that shit, bro. I ain't mad at Kev. And I appreciate him calling me. You know what I'm saying? Because if Gianna ever called me for an explanation or why, I want to have an explanation. So that's my only thing. I ain't mad at him. I ain't doing all the other shit. Like, I'm speaking for me, too. I'm speaking for me. I don't speak for Georgie family. I don't speak for them because I don't know. I don't really know none of them.
I respect this because he's saying he's not mad at Kevin Hart. He's mad at the person who told the joke. You know what I'm saying? But that wasn't the case when Kanye said things about George Floyd on Nori's podcast, Drink Champs. And this is why Nori and Steven Jackson has this beef between them. Pause. And this is also why Nori had this to say about Steven Jackson.
Big Goofy, where you at, Big Goofy? You don't got none of that smoke with nobody else, Big Goofy. Big Goofy. That white man disrespected who you claim to be your brother, and you ain't got no smoke. Oh, you cool with Kevin Hart. You cool with Ye. You cool with everybody. But when it's a black man, but you ain't got no smoke for that white man. You want all the smoke. Remember, all the smoke. But you ain't got, you want a little bit of smoke. Goofy, you're disappointing me. And I got your back. Because that joke wasn't good. That was not it. That was not it. But Goofy, you said nothing. You let us all down, Goofy. Big Goofy. Now it's on you, Big Goofy. No. We want you to have all the smoke. Not just a little bit. Goofy.
Sheesh. Why gotta be goofy? But normally I would kill Steven Jackson figuratively on certain things. But, he was respectable about this in a way. You know what I'm saying? Because at the same time, like, the whole him being Floyd's brother and not knowing how bad he was doing is just telling. But it's whatever, man. And again, if you're not into dark humor, deaf jokes, laughing at racism, this roast was not for you. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't like the people who were scheduled to tell jokes, then don't watch it. And now that you know what transpired on this roast, don't go and watch it. I always say you got to be mentally ill to go and watch something or follow somebody on social media that you do not like. We'll see what happens with this. Moving right along, Dame Dash sat down with Jason Lee on the Jason Lee Show. And I believe Jason Lee asked him about Dame Dash comparing Aaliyah to his artist, Licky Nicky, because he had once said she's like a white lesbian version of Aaliyah. And Dame didn't like the question, so here's his reaction.
I could say what the fuck I want about Aaliyah. That was my girl. Y'all didn't know Aaliyah like that. How the fuck y'all gonna tell me how to celebrate Aaliyah? Every person and every woman that's around me, if I don't see an element of Aaliyah, I don't fuck with her. So every single girl around me, I'm gonna compare her to Aaliyah. Don't tell me how to give Aaliyah her props. You don't know my connection with Aaliyah or how we talk today. But I celebrate and worship Aaliyah and celebrate our love every day, and every woman around me loves that about me. If I don't see Aaliyah in a girl, I don't fuck with that girl. So don't tell me what to say about Aaliyah. How dare you say some shit like that? It's offensive to the queen. Every time I say her name, it's worship toward her. What you mean? And I don't sign artists. I do partnerships with them. I don't own anybody. I never signed Jay-Z. So don't tell me you don't understand certain business verbiage and you judge it, and that's the devil talking, because it then becomes not the truth, and it becomes other people's truth, and it's not real. You have to understand the business before you talk about it. You have to understand the person before you talk about it. You tell a man that's mourning over a woman he loves what to say about her, who he could compare it to. You don't know her. You didn't know her. None of y'all knew her. What y'all talking about?
So I didn't know her the way that you did.
You didn't know her at all.
But I met her a couple times.
That means you met her.
Hold on.
You didn't know her.
I met her a couple times.
You didn't know her.
But as a fan of Aaliyah's.
You didn't know her.
Hold on. As a fan.
You didn't know her.
Right. This isn't a competition.
You didn't know her.
Oh, no, I didn't. But
so
I
then
know
don't
Nikki
tell me what
Licky
then you
is
don't.
not,
And I didn't say she was. So stop saying it. Move on.
But don't you think
move
referencing
on? I already.
her,
I
don't
just
you
told.
think referencing
Don't tell
her
me.
in
I
that
just
way
told you
was
how I felt
disrespectful?
about that. No.
So you thought it wasn't?
I think it's disrespectful for you to tell Aaliyah's man when she died how to mourn her.
What weirded me out, he said, her man, dog, you were an ex-boyfriend. Y'all weren't engaged. Y'all wasn't married. You know what I'm saying? Whole shit just weird. But of course, nowadays, you know, when you interview Dame Dash, you're guaranteed to hear him talk about one of two people, Jay-Z or Cameron. So here's Dame Dash talking about Cameron, a.k.a. Fredo, a.k.a. cheap teeth and cheap suits, to Jason Lee.
Why do you hate Cameron so much? What's going on with that?
Because he betrayed me.
He did?
He's not loyal. He went and talked about my children. I never ever thought he would be that guy, but I actually saw the signs. And then when I reflected things that I let slide, I shouldn't have. But you know, Fredo, I don't like the fact that he has cheap teeth and they're so big. Pause. And I hate his suits. He dresses like old school Steve Harvey. He's now
Harvey kid astray.
I just didn't see that for him to be a gossip guy, talking about me all day, and having those big ass cheap teeth. He just continues to talk about me, but he's one of my bigger disappointments. It's just not what I saw. For Cam was cooler than that. He's Fredo now. I just wish I knew that's who he was all this time.
Well, it's kind of crazy because didn't you kind of put Dipset on?
I did.
Right. But that's the betrayal that I put you on.
It's not only that. I mean, I grew up with Cam. He said things about he f***ed my kids, man. And I saved them every time somebody bothered him that I knew about. I saved them. I don't know how he could do that, but I just think probably somebody got pictures of him and they might be making him do shit allegedly.
Pictures of what, Dame?
Well, if you look at the news, a lot of what's happening is people are getting blackmailed by getting caught doing things based on their vices, and then at that point they have to do what they're told. Are you not paying attention to the world?
Well, I'm paying attention to.
So then don't act like you don't know. That's just a waste of time.
Yeah.
It's not conspiracy. It's in the files. Did Puff not get caught with a f***ing house with a bunch of cameras in it? Did Epstein have a house with a bunch of cameras in it? That's logical. So that means that's the game play. I'm like, oh, they do the house, but I just don't have those vices.
So the $300 million that's
what $300 million
that you filed against Cam?
That was a demand letter. But then during the bankruptcies, I can't even sue nobody. So I gotta wait. But he keeps talking about me, and they keep saying I'm lying. How I'm supposed to do business, and they keep saying I'm lying? It's not the truth. And they keep conspiring to f with me.
I find it funny. He says Cam talks about him all the time, but every time you see a Dame Dash clip, he's talking about Cameron now. And speaking of Cameron, shit, he's on ESPN every week now. Thanks to Stephen A. Smith. But when you make a deal with Stephen A. Smith, there's some things you just have to deal with. Watch this.
Say go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go. Say go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go. Say go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York.
You know Stephen A. ain't gonna let Cam live this down. Know what I'm saying? Go New York, go New York, go. Cam put this caption out too. Never again. The whole ride to San Antonio. Ha ha. Knicks tape. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of Knicks tape, keeping it NBA, the Western Conference Finals Game 6 is tonight. Oklahoma City Thunder is hoping to close out the series. The San Antonio Spurs is hosting them. We shall see what happens. If the Thunder loses, Game 7 will be Saturday. Okay? And the winner, of course, will be facing the Eastern Conference champions, the New York Knicks. And the New York Knicks might even have a special guest in attendance for Game 3 and 4. None other than President Trump. Maybe. Watch.
Things are happening.
President Trump. The next game next week?
No, I was invited to I was going to go on Wednesday, but they closed it out very quickly. They're great. And Jim Dolan's a great guy. He's, as you know, owns and in charge of Madison Square Garden. He's having a good year. Boy, what a team. They win all their games. They have some great players. I think I'll be going to one of the games. I was invited by numerous people and Jim. And I think I'll be going. It's great to see it.
President Trump on election fraud. President Trump.
The Knicks have really suffered for years.
What's your prediction?
They're doing right now.
President Trump on election.
I won't lie. The Knicks have been suffering. And again, we will definitely know who will be going to the finals to face the Knicks by Saturday, because that is Game 7 if necessary. And Game 1 of the NBA Finals will be Wednesday, June 3rd, hosted by the Thunder or the Spurs. Okay? Before I let go, Monday is my 1-year wedding anniversary. Your boy has been married for almost 1 year. Yes, me and my wife will be celebrating Monday, but I still will have an episode ready for you guys. Like I always say, like, share, subscribe, comment. God is good. God is great. They ain't got my paper straight. I am the Pope Chuck Paul. Peace out.